So in front of you, you should have a packet that says Taking Apart Numbers and Shapes. We're going to be working with something called the distributive property today. And on top of finding the greatest common factor, there's another step for our target 3 under factors and multiples. So as I said, we're still on factors and multiples, but this is target 3. Now, this isn't going to make a whole lot of sense. Expressing a sum of two whole numbers that have a common factor as a multiple of a sum of two whole numbers that do not have a common factor. The main thing that I want you to remember is that you are using the distributive property. Okay, so go ahead and write that on your paper. And we're concentrating on this right here. The most important thing to remember is we first have to find the greatest common factor. That's why this kind of goes together. We can see here in our foundational that we have to learn what the distributive property is, and we want to know what equivalent expressions look like. So we're going to be talking about that along the way. So here's our level 2 kind of a warm-up. Okay, if you haven't been exposed to this yet, then this is kind of why we started out with our introduction this way. The first thing I have to point out is when you see parentheses and you see this number smashed up against it, meaning there's nothing in between there, that means multiplication. So parentheses can mean multiplication. And actually, the distributive property says that since 10 is being multiplied by the parentheses, it has to be distributed or handed out to everything inside the parentheses, which means we have to take 10 times 9 and 10 times 2. So that's where those boxes come from. We still have addition, just like we have addition here. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the next one. 3 distributes out to the first number, which is 5. And it also distributes to the second number. So I want you to see here that this 3 comes from this 3. Okay. I want you to try number 3 on your own. So pause this video, because this is the first day you guys are taking notes all on your own. Pause the video, complete number 3, then raise your hand to show me. If you do that and you get it correct, I'm going to assign you an ABC card. Okay? And then when you get done, you can start the video again. I'm going to keep going. Here's a visual for the distributive property. It says, and it's specifically the distributive property over multiplication or addition, states that for any numbers A, B, and C, A times, see our parentheses, A times B plus C equals A times B plus A times C. Now, I'm going to show you how that's exactly what you were doing right here. 10, 9, and 2. So take a look. What if this was 10, and this was 9, and this was 2? Okay. Our next section, or coming up here in a few weeks, will be area. So to find the area of this, we would take 10 times 9. Okay, 10 times 9. So what this is saying is 10 times the 9, but also we have to take 10 times the C, or the 2. That's what this means right here. It's written weird, but pretend like there's numbers in there. Okay, just like we wrote before, that means 10 times 9. We're keeping addition because there's addition there. 10 times 2. Okay. So we're going to warm up and just write that. Level 2. Now, there's a specific way that I want you to do this. I don't want you to just add and then multiply. I want you to distribute and show me that you understand what it means. So you have to write 4 times 3, same sign there, plus 4 times 6. Now, I want you to notice here we drew a dot here. That also means multiplication. Okay, so far today you've learned that parentheses means to multiply. And now you're learning that a dot means multiply. Okay, so I want you to write it out just like this. Then if you want to do 12 plus 24, you sure can, and then add it together to equal 36. Okay, now this is kind of a foundation that we're building because eventually you're going to be doing this when we introduce variables, and that'll all make more sense before you are done with the 6th grade. So here we go, 2 times 1 plus, because there's a plus sign here, we have to distribute the 2 times the 5. Now, if you want to write it with dots, you can. Okay, so I'm going to have you do 3 by yourself. I'm going to walk through the last one just because I want you to see there is multiplication here. 4 times 2 plus, because there's a plus there. Let's change colors just so that it doesn't get crazy. 4 times 10. Now, just like we did before, you're going to pause the video. Oh, don't forget, you can go ahead and solve these if you want to. Ooh, it doesn't like me writing down there. Pause the video. Do number 3 and 4. Raise your hand. I'll swing by and look at it. Everything going good. I'll write you an ABC card. I'm going to keep going. Oh my goodness, look, there's more with just the parenthesis. So remember, it means to multiply. 4 times 2. We copy this, and then we distribute the 4 times 6. Okay, I'm going to do one more. 2 times 3, because I know there's going to be some people that struggle. Copy the plus, then 2 times 5. You try to do the rest. Pause, raise your hand. Let me check. That's 3 ABC cards you could get today. Awesome. Now, we were multiplying it out. Now we have to take it out. Okay. And I just decided I think I'm going to turn that into a second video. Okay. So that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you've completed all the practice and collected your 3 ABC cards.